doing. Who knows? Who knows? So I bought this t-shirt in Edinburgh, and it says, the full thing says, I'm not like other girls, I'm worse. Which I thought was hysterical. But then the problem is that when I wear dungarees, these ones aren't so bad because I think they cover up the whole of it. But when I'm wearing dungarees, sometimes you can just see the top half, which is not the vibe I'm going for. If I pull that up, it just looks like a nice grey t-shirt. Speaking of things I've bought whilst on tour, this is not what the video is about. However, there's a shop here on the Shambles called the Society of Alchemists. It's surrounded by Harry Potter shops, but because it's so close to those shops, I thought it was just another one of those Potter paraphernalia shops, but it is not. My friends, do not make the same mistake that I made, because I almost missed out on a gem of a shop. The Society of Alchemists, right? I'm gonna turn this fan off. It is a shop, a perfume shop that also do candles and incense sticks and just wonderful smelling stuff, and they make their own scents, and they are all witchy, spooky, fun time stuff like candied toadstool, dragon's breath. I bought 3 because they are so reasonably priced it would have been ridiculous had I not. They are between the prices of $24.95 and $29.95 per perfume. I love a Jo Malone's, I love a Penhaligon's, but when you're spending like between £100 to £200 on one bottle of perfume, it's an investment as opposed to a fun, affordable thing that you can switch up on a daily basis. So obviously, almost tipped my coffee over, I bought 3. I bought Till Death, which is one of their signature scents, which smells like blackened plum. I got Vampire Kisses, which smells, oh, it actually doesn't say on the back of this one. It says only a vampire can love you forever. And Familiars, because cat on the box, I'm sold. And it smells like pink pepper, lime, bergamot, and mint. Oh, and look, just they're in like these little drawers. Oh, they are just so nice. I have no affiliation with them. I bought these myself. I discovered this shop whilst here in York. Everyone should go visit it. It's on the Shambles. There's a dragon in the middle of the shop based on the dragon from Neverending Story. But not only that, they also have a range of perfumes that are based around the Neverending Story. I'm gonna shut up and get on with the point of the story because we are 4.5 minutes in and I have said nothing based on what the title of this video is. So let's get cracking. So I have been asking across the last few weeks what sort of sit down chatty videos you would like me to make. And this is partly because I have lost sight of what's interesting. And sometimes I have to remind myself that what is very mundane to me, like all of the things backstage at the theatre and all of the things that I do every day that have become like a normal routine part of my life, are actually very interesting to a lot of other people. But some of the things that kept coming up whenever I opened up this question to you guys, it was things along the lines of, how do you dress for your size? How do you find the confidence to wear what you wear? It was all kind of things like that to do with like having confidence to put clothes on my body and, you know, finding clothes that fit me and flatter me and that kind of thing, being like what I would say is a mid-sized girl. I wouldn't say I'm a plus-size girl. I feel like I'm a very bang average sized woman for the UK. I'm a size 14 to 16 depending on the brand and the clothes. You know, if it's a set of dungarees that have to fit my hips as well as my bust and my waist, it's gonna be a 16. And I am always at a loss for what to say, and it's almost as if I want to talk about why I'm at a loss for what to say. I have never really had an issue with my body. Of course, there are times when I see film stars, supermodels who do not look like me, and there's a part of my brain that goes, should I be striving to look like that? Like, is that what I'm meant to be? And I am so lucky that I found influencers early on in my time on the internet, like Megan Jane Crabb, Michelle Elman, Jolie Bishop, Jess Megan, Ashley Graham, Megan Carroll. Lots of Megans there. Coincidence? But individuals who really advocate for existing as you are and being worthy of love and dignity and respect regardless of how you look. Like, how you look should have no bearing on who and what you are and what you deserve as a person. So when those moments did crop up of me going, should I be striving to make myself look different? Should I be making myself smaller and shrinking myself to fit into these molds that society have like built for women? Their voices would crop up in my brain, or I'd just happen to be scrolling on social media and find something that they had posted that would squash those negative thoughts about myself. So I'm very lucky that I found all of those influences quite early on when I was online, especially because my body has changed quite dramatically over the course of my time on the internet. I have gone from being an 18-year-old to being a 32-year-old. And that's, you know, going from being like someone who was 10 stone nothing to being like 14 stone. Like, and also I've had a kid. Like, my body is so wildly different from when I first started on YouTube to when to now. And it is often a point of conversation for lots of people on the internet about how my body has changed and how I look different now and blah, 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 blah. But it's never been a problem for me. You know what I mean? I'm so lucky that it's never been something that I've dwelled on for more than a couple of seconds at a time. So whenever I get questions like, how do you dress for your size to make sure that you are, you know, comfortable, but also you're wearing something that's flattering? That question always makes me laugh, because I dress like a toddler 24/7. I'm in corduroy dungarees, for God's sake, and trainers that don't match. Like, I love that I get asked this question. Like, how do you find clothes that are comfortable but also flattering? I'm like, do you really think that flattering is at the forefront of my mind ever? But the question about, you know, having the confidence to wear maybe slightly out there kind of stuff, she says in literal carpet bag dungarees. I don't care. I don't care. And it's funny because I was looking through my videos. My style now is so much closer to my style when I was an 18-year-old. I think I nailed my style when I was like 18, where I would wear just very similar stuff like this, like just stuff that made me happy. Dopamine dressing, it's a thing. Wearing colours that clashed just because I liked those colours and I wanted to wear them both today. And I definitely started to listen to people when they were like, you dress like a child, you dress like a toddler, grow up, you should be wearing stuff that's more elegant. And that did seep into my consciousness, and I did start trying to wear things that were maybe a bit more grown up, whatever that means. And I would say in the last like 4 years, 3-4 years, I can't be bothered. It took up too much mental energy to go against my instincts, my initial instincts when I woke up in the morning and went, what do I want to wear today? Because my brain would go, I want to wear this. And then all of these voices would start going, no, well, you can't wear that because someone on the internet might say that you look like a child, or you can't wear that today because you're going to this event and they're going to expect you to wear something a bit more elegant and a bit more grown up. That, I'm so bored of that. That's so dull, and it's just more effort than just putting on what I want to wear, like going with that initial instinct of I want to wear dungarees today, and the fun carpet bag ones are today's favorites, let's put those on. It takes so little energy and so little effort for me to get dressed every day, because I genuinely just go with my first instinct, whether it clashes with all of the other stuff that I picked or not. I just don't care anymore. It's all about comfort and fun and dopamine. Like, what gives me the dopamine hit and what's gonna give me a dopamine hit every time I look at myself in the mirror. And for today, it's this. Due to this, I have become a walking billboard for Lucy and Yak. I am not sponsored by them. They have occasionally gifted me stuff, but I have spent a fortune in their stores over the years, so I am not affiliated with them. I've just been occasionally gifted, but for the most part I've bought all of my stuff from Lucy and Yak. So my advice to anyone is just find clothes that fit, and who gives a f if it's flattering or not. If it makes you happy and you're comfortable and you like it, wear it. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? The people who love you will get it, because they'll look at you and go, yeah, that tracks, that looks like you. You look like you now, you know what I mean? And they won't care if it's like flattering or whatever. And the people who might judge you are people who are gonna walk past you in the street and they're gonna think it for 2 seconds and then forget about you. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you are comfortable and happy. Everything else out the window. See you later, bye, bye, bye. I think part of this comes with like growing up and age, and also having a kid when everything shifts. And lots of things that used to be a really big deal and used to take up brain space, you no longer have the capacity for. And one of those things for me was like how I dress and how I look on a day-to-day basis. But it's definitely a lesson I wish I could have learnt earlier on. So if I can, like, you know, impart this nonchalant, who cares attitude towards dressing and, you know, when you're choosing what to pick out of your wardrobe on a day-to-day basis, then I would love to influence some of you to care a bit less and just to wear the things that make you happy. But I also know that if someone was saying this to me when I was younger, I would have had a harder time taking it on board. So I don't know, I hope that this, you know, maybe sort of just gives someone a boost to wear a pair of dungarees, or if that's what makes you happy, or to wear, you know, like a 50s style tea dress, even though we're not in the 50s anymore. Like, just wear whatever the hell you want to wear, and I hope that this video has helped you do that in some small way. But yeah, I'm gonna go get ready for the show, and I will see you very soon.